Introverts are often misunderstood. People think they are quiet because they have nothing to say. People think they are shy because they do not speak first. People think they are distant because they do not always join the crowd. But the truth is different. Introverts are not empty. They are observing. They are listening. They are feeling the room before they speak. They notice things that many people miss. They notice the small change in someone's voice. They notice the smile that does not feel real. They notice when someone says they are fine, but their eyes say something else. They notice the silence between words. They notice when the energy in a room changes. And because they notice these small things, they often understand people deeply. Introverts understand people so well because they listen more than they speak. Most people listen while waiting for their turn to talk. But introverts listen differently. They listen to the words. They listen to the tone. They listen to the pause before someone answers. They listen to what is being said and what is being hidden. This is why people often feel safe around introverts. Because an introvert does not always rush to judge. They do not always interrupt. They give people space. And sometimes, space is exactly what a hurting person needs. When someone is sad, they do not always need advice. Sometimes, they just need someone who can sit with them quietly. Someone who can hear their pain without making it louder. Someone who can understand without forcing them to explain everything. Introverts are good at this. They can feel when words are not enough. They can feel when silence is more honest than speech. They can feel when a person needs comfort, not questions. Introverts are not only hearing people, they are paying attention. Introverts also understand people because they observe before they react. In a group, while others are talking, the introvert is watching. They watch how people treat others when they have nothing to gain. They watch how someone reacts when they are ignored. They watch how people speak about others when those people are not in the room. They watch who is kind only in public and who is kind even when nobody is watching. This quiet observation teaches them a lot. They do not need to ask too many questions. They can learn from behavior, because people reveal themselves through small actions. A person's real character is not always in what they say. It is in what they repeat. It is in how they act when they are tired. It is in how they treat people who cannot help them. It is in how they respond when they do not get what they want. Introverts notice patterns. They may not speak about those patterns immediately, but they remember. They connect the dots quietly. Introverts understand people because they think deeply. They do not always respond quickly. Sometimes they pause. But this does not mean they are confused. It means they are processing. Introverts often think about what people say long after the conversation ends. They remember the emotion behind the words. They think about why someone reacted in a certain way. They try to understand the pain behind the behavior. They do not only ask what this person did. They ask why this person felt the need to do that. They do not only notice anger. They notice hurt hiding behind anger. They do not only notice distance. They notice fear hiding behind distance. They do not only notice silence. They notice exhaustion hiding behind silence. This is why introverts can often understand people who are hard to understand. They know that people are not always simple. A rude person may be carrying pain. A quiet person may be carrying sadness. A happy person may be hiding loneliness. A strong person may be tired of being strong. An introvert can see beyond the surface, because they live beyond the surface too. Introverts know what it feels like to be misunderstood. So when they meet someone else who is misunderstood, they are more patient. They do not always believe the first impression. They look deeper. They wait. They allow people to reveal themselves slowly. Introverts understand people because they value emotional honesty. They want conversations that have meaning. This is why introverts often connect deeply with a few people instead of lightly with many. They may not have a large circle, but when they care seriously. They remember small details. They remember what you said months ago. They remember the day your voice sounded tired. To some people, these things seem small, but to an introvert, small details are emotional signals. Introverts understand people well because they are sensitive to energy. They can walk into a room and feel tension before anyone says anything. They can sense when a friendship feels different. They can feel when someone's mood changes. They can notice when someone is pretending to be okay. This sensitivity can be a gift, but it can also be heavy. Introverts may absorb emotions quietly. They may feel drained after being around too many people. They may need time alone, not because they hate people, but because they feel people deeply. When they are alone, they reset, they process, they breathe again. Their silence is not always sadness. Sometimes their silence is recovery. Sometimes their silence is protection. Introverts notice the people others overlook. They notice the person sitting alone. They notice the friend who stopped laughing. They understand quiet pain because they have lived close to silence. Their quietness may be the reason they understand hearts that others judge too quickly. Introverts understand people because they listen to what is spoken, notice what is hidden, and feel what others pretend not to show.